concede 9 goals in the first 2 games at this World Cup. The Swiss in red, Bosnia-Herzegovina in white and blue. Just gone 12 noon local time. It's a mild day, temperature in the low 20s. There really is a festival feel here at this sensational stadium. First challenge there from the Swiss winger, Michel Abischer. And the Portuguese referee stepping across.
Slightly late from the youngster, Begovic. But Joe, I mean, Switzerland need to turn the dominance that they had in that first game into goals. Possession into penetration at the top of the pitch, move the ball quickly.
That number, their Swiss counterparts by quite some way inside the stadium. And the set piece then, Bosnia-Herzegovina. Have a chance again, that's been touched behind for a corner by Sylvan Vidman.
Interesting, I mean, the Swiss will be really making sure that they don't concede too many set pieces, but you can tell from Vidman's reaction there that he's just worried about somebody extremely tall and physical coming in and challenging him.
It was a corner which produced Bosnia's goal in their opening game. That's a flat one which was cast away there by the Swiss. Jedic has an ouchie towards Sheko. Joy, Forest winger. Very underwhelming first season on the banks of the Trent, but for the Swiss, Lucy, he's a very important player.
Yes, he is. Whether he's playing right or whether he's playing left. I mean, the Swiss have just reverted to a back four. They did sort of switch in between in the first game against Qatar, the back five. I'm not playing, but just allows Ndoye on that left-hand side to try and get beyond. They've got pace in that final third.
With the header played on by Riena. Bobo, who scored the goal in their first match, which came about in somewhat contentious fashion. Swiss, very savvy tournament team. To reach last 60 in the World Cup for the 4th tournament in a row. They're almost in behind there, but saved the into the arms of Nikola Vasil in goal for Bosnia-Herzegovina.
You know that Bosnia will just protect those central areas quite narrow when they defend, so they have runs in behind like that one from Switzerland, all they work in those wide areas.
That's the former Arsenal man, that's towards Zimirovic. And keep mopping up. Champion. Fantastic ball playing midfield. Some of those players who came off the bench in their opening game were playing a one-man game.
You want to get on the wrong side of Xhaka as your captain, would you?
Some comments towards Zeki Amdouni and Joan Manzami, who came off the bench in that game, trying to be a hero by themselves. The Swiss have been fortunate many years, a strong, collective, cohesive unit. Bobo, Xhaka, flagged up here for offside against Brother Bobo.
A little bit wrapped up in myself versus Qatar, Switzerland, with just trying to pass the ball in front of the opposition, trying to find a little bit of penetration, and certainly Bosnia will be compact. They will reduce the spaces that Switzerland can see.
Bosnia fans are here in amazing numbers. One of the last teams to qualify for the World Cup, having come through the playoffs in March. So maybe Wales who were here for this game, maybe Northern Ireland. I think when he felt it should have been Italy, but Bosnia-Herzegovina are here and they are intent to enjoy the occasion.
I think we met half of them yesterday, didn't we?
to watching the match in a local restaurant, and it was full of Bosnian fans who were cheering on Croatia, their Balkan neighbours. We were very much in the minority, but we're the ones who were cheering.
Yeah, quietly though.
Dedic, pressurised there, no foul was given. This is Rieda. Rodriguez, Rieda again. Lay wide by Granit Xhaka. Rodriguez, evergreen figure. Then the switch to the side. 6-7 Solomon. Loose touch there by Muhamovic. A soft corner given away.
Yes, nice play on that left-hand side. Rodriguez finds himself quite high, and between them, they're really under too much pressure. Muhamovic.
Catchy from the back, being watched there by Djuranovic. Vicious driven ball. Corner in quick succession for Switzerland. So the Kanji stays forward. To work back to Rodriguez. By Šunić. He is playing at Birmingham City. Rebel Kobo now in goal for Switzerland. Benny. It's been fouled there by the close attention to Benjamin Tahirovic. Enjoy. Good movement by him. And for a cutback, it would have flanked by the way of Granit Xhaka. Benny. It's Xhaka. Deflects away behind for a corner once again.
They've got into a bit of a room, haven't they? The Swiss overloading wide areas. Always try and get the three around the ball and then make those out to him in runs, but it ends up with Xhaka, who has a goal.
Switzerland taking charge now. Just one of the last 15 games. That was a defeat against Germany back in March. And by 4 goals to 3. It's a doing. Rieda, not closed down. Close to Vinny by Chenko. Chance to bring Bosnia. Salaj Begovic, who is just 18 years of age, he becomes the youngest Bosnian to ever play at the World Cup. Wasn't even born when Chenko made his debut back in 2007.
Good for Bosnia to connect passes. They had the least amount of passes and successful passes in their first game. Switzerland, the exact opposite. Most successful. They're quite happy without the ball, Bosnia.
Joy in towards Mbomo. Dzeko. That'll be a big question mark as to how much of this game Dzeko could play today. Even his presence around the squad. He's such a big lift, not just for the players, but the Baltic fans who are here too.
Yeah, I mean, he's the reference point for the last couple of generations, isn't he? Dzeko. It's really a talisman. Just to lift to the players that he's not in this game.
Jack, excellent pass by him. It's a Doy! And it's side-edging. A great example there of the incisive nature of Granit Xhaka's passing.
Yeah, I mean, that run, not tracked at all from Doy. He's made that run a couple of times. It's at the inside channel, so somebody has to make a decision in Bosnia. Full-back, centre-back to come out, or indeed he gets tracked by the centre midfielders.
This was the venue where the USA played their opening game of the World Cup last week. They had that really captivating and rousing win against Paraguay, winning by 4 goals to 1. So result that which gained so much traction amongst a pretty sceptical UA support. Last game here was the 2-2 draw between Iran and New Zealand, which was quite some game too. Xhaka up to Mbobo, no flag here for now. He's now a flag which has gone up against Mbobo.
A little bit higher than the camera angle at home, and see that it just might have gone a little bit too early. So he had his eye on Sinach.
You say a bit high, Lucy.
Yeah, very high.
Down for the moon, I think.
And there's people behind us as well. But it's great. So for a tactical observation, certainly. If you need to wear glasses.
We're actually behind level with the giant halo here, which hangs above the pitch. It's the showstopper of this stadium. 70,000 square feet in size. Reacting the always suave Swiss coach. The tournament now in charge for him is second World Cup. When he arrived here, he was saying he wants this to be their best ever World Cup, but there were high expectations with the Swiss. Some talk of maybe a semi-final run, but it's an underwhelming start, seeing a couple of points slip away against Qatar. It was a game though where the Swiss were by far and away the dominant team.
For the first time for a while that you can be under pressure from fans at home in Switzerland.
Xhaka. Enjoy. Xhaka. This is Rieta. It's a Doy! The ball just fizzed beyond him. And again, they found themselves in a great position.
Yeah, getting so much joy from that wide area and inside channel. Xhaka is just absolutely dictating things. Maybe a little bit more thorough from and Doy trying to do something clever. Certainly a chance, another one for Switzerland. Those little passes are just catching Bosnia out, and that's the way to move around quite a low block that Bosnia putting out there. So finding it difficult to mount any sort of counter attack because they're stuck in that low defensive shape. Bosnia players will be really wary of getting out of that shape and getting up the pitch just in case Switzerland hurt them.
Their only previous World Cup came 12 years ago in Brazil. They went out in the group stage, lost the first 2 games. They won that last match. Dzeko was a goal scorer, but not enough to see them go through. 9 games unbeaten. They are draw specialists. 6 draws on the spin before this game. There may be a scenario where 3 draws will get you through now in the expanded World Cup format.
Yeah, why they're not taking many risks, wasn't he, as well?
That's Frober finding Vidma. Armovic. Smirovic. Dzeko. Šunic. This is the place in Armovic for Bosnia to their intercourse of him. It's too deep for Armovic.
It's the first real chance on the counter. Switzerland have just got into this rhythm of passing high up the pitch and structured high up the pitch, and then it's the first time really that Bosnia have got in behind. Maybe just got the pace, but it's just about picking the pass out, and he got it all wrong. Smirovic and Dzeko in the middle have to make more of those sort of chances, Bosnia.
Quick and direct he plays, but it's already Pilsen in Czech football. Ranked European team at this World Cup, Bosnia-Herzegovina. for such a small nation for the Balkans to be on a global stage. Nation ravaged by war 3 decades ago. Bosnian journalists say before the World Cup that football's been like therapy for them over the past few years. Bosnians who live in USA. That's where it's far away. That's Freuler. The heart of that offside controversy in the opening match against Qatar. Trieda, and again Doyle on the move. It's control, it's off his toes by Gavic. Gavic wins his team free kick.
A little bit more involved this evening. And Doyle, his runs are always on. He's got the ball at his feet. Certainly can find them. Combative Dedic.
Bit of sun now peeping through and the temperature just rising by a few degrees. The way this venue is designed is a canopy, a vast canopy that spreads overhead. It's in good shade here.
Greenhouse is what you meant to say, Joe.
So it's pretty cold when we woke up first thing this morning. We were here some 5 hours before kick-off. Promised California sunshine, but we've seen too much of that so far on our West Coast travels. Aspects of this stadium is that the pitch is actually underground. It's 30 metres below ground level. This cavernous place straight away, all in all. Swiss domination.
Yes, like learning the lessons. Actually won against Qatar, moving the ball quicker, playing higher and wider, making those 8 runs, that inside channel runs beyond Bosnia's defence, and not any sort of real goal threat yet, but that's the way they should have started.
They are one of several group favourites who began their World Cup with a draw. Brazil, Spain, Portugal, Belgium. Albany. Doing. Seen plenty of it. Good turn and pace too. This area defended by Katic.
Those sort of cutbacks, be so careful to just keep it away from the centre backs. Vic and Katic of Bosnia, because they are positioned in the right area to block.
Bidma on the move forward here. Not much out now, we're still not in, but he's right back by nature. Very bad position.
Set off his run very early. See what he wanted to do, but particularly that easy. With a lovely ball set up for a volley.
So short, but that's an edge. He's previously on the books of Arsenal. And playing for Atalanta in Italian football. That's a going for a sign, and it was a good save attempt. Simple save, but pick of the massive.
Bosnia really struggling to connect passes out of their defensive third and just giving it away. This is an opportunity for Switzerland because Bosnia back four were out of shape. Spaces appeared.
match. Like Checo, the survivor of the World Cup in 2014. Just the fastest own goal in World Cup history in that tournament at the Maracanã in Rio. 2-1 loss against Argentina.
Bosnia's shape when they've not got the ball is like inside Switzerland's shapes. That wide ball is always on, that ball.
There's a Doy, tapping again with Dedic. Captain Vasil. Playoff hero back in March. Same one of the shootouts against Wales in Cardiff from Nico Williams. That's Xhaka. Now a Doy.
Really wanted that sort of passing. It's Bosnia get themselves up the pitch and have numbers up there as well, because they're a little bit loose in their passing.
That's going to miss Kane. Come here.
From the Euros 2 years ago. Right hand side, more central today.
Concentrate and get on the
campaign where Switzerland reached the quarter-final stage and were not set by England. Service again. So we can hear the Swiss cowbells that are right behind us.
Someone's next to me.
It's not me, I promise. Xhaka. He's into a murder. Now on the Vidman. Doy.
It's the class from Xhaka so far.
Freuler. Remo Freuler! Whistle past the post.
Yeah, it's good to mix it up as well. Switzerland having shots from long range just puts a bit of doubt in Bosnia defenders' mind in terms of coming out and engaging, and that obviously opens faces up, so to mix that up.
So midway through the first half, time for our first half hydration break. It is a very different World Cup over here on the west coast of the USA. Not the same humid conditions over on the eastern part of the country. The incentive for the team who wins Group B, because they would have their first two knockout games up in Vancouver.
Yeah, it makes a difference in temperature. The temperature is lower, certainly lower over here. The sun's not shining as much as some of the places that we've seen.
It's the first of two games in this group today. It is all square on 1 point apiece after the first round games. Canada, the co-hosts, and Qatar in the section 2. Mainly the Swiss in the attack here. Standard boy there with what may have been their most presentable chance, but he's soft finish, Lucy.
Yeah, it's just, again, it's about being clinical. You know, lots of chances again, like they had against Qatar, to make out of sight, but haven't managed to. Bosnia have struggled to get out. The Swiss don't really feel threatened, so they're right up against them. So whenever the Swiss lose it, they just counter-press. They just win the ball back straight away. They've got that many bodies up there. But for them, it's about being clinical now.
Well, don't forget your chance to win £75,000 and a trip for two to New York to watch the World Cup final on the 19th of July. Special prizes there to be won for you. Single entry by text or online costs £2.50. First, you'll have a rates message for text. Entries close at 10 a.m. on Monday the 6th of July. Post closes at 12 p.m. on Thursday 9th of July. Entrance must be 21 or over. Go to the website or scan the QR code for full entry details. There's a great World Cup feel here when we arrived in town. It was the Tuesday night pub quiz in Manhattan. Hatton Beach, 10-minute drive from here. A World Cup theme, so the expectations were high for Team ITV, but I am pleased to report that we came home with first prize.
Yeah, we weren't the most popular people in that pub, I have to say. They didn't call it a pub, did they?
Sweet exit from a very cool Californian beachside bar. All the stats so far in the game heavily weighted in Switzerland's favour. The World Cup for a 13th time. Furthest they've been in the quarter-final stage. Last time they went that far was over 70 years ago when they were hosts. They lost that quarter-final 7-5 against Austria in Lausanne, the highest scoring game in World Cup history. 9 goals in the first half alone. As it yet, there.
Switzerland will have in the back of their mind that they were punished for not taking advantage of the times of the game that they were on top, conceding that late equaliser. It's imperative, whilst they are in the ascendancy now, that they take advantage and put one in the back of the net.
Not too much of bread and butter so far in the game, just 7 touches in fact. His first half up until now. A player who really is there, and they source of a goal for it.
The space is wide, and they actually work in those wide areas really well. Nice opposite movement. Although just needs to make sure he's ready for the cutbacks and the crosses.
That's there, it's just behind him from Shaka. On the tournament stage for quite some time now. Whether he scored 3 World Cup goals, 2 in Qatar 4 years ago, 1 here. Given away that time by Begovic. He's a Bobo. It's very good defending by Milanovic to get back and win it back. Begovic. In the wide position. Finding Begovic. And Memic. Sinac. Switch wings for the time being. Very skillful right there. Best ball though, and it's Shaka.
This is all defending. Begovic wants to see him up the other end of the pitch, because he's certainly got the tricks. Next big thing. Natural gifted attacker they've had in a long time, Bosnia.
Born in Germany, moving to Leverkusen after the World Cup, Salzburg in Austria.
It's actually a man dressed as a cow ringing those bells. Yeah.
Hopefully half time, someone's over there to have a look at it. Travelling away, given against Šunić. Almost 200 games in Birmingham, left a couple of years ago when they went down to the 3rd tier. They Champions League football this season now with Paphos and Cyprus.
Last few minutes trying to get Molo in behind either side of Milanovic. Quite worked yet. Use that agility to get between the 2 centre-backs from Bosnia.
The coach of Bosnia-Herzegovina, Barbares, it's his first job for club or country as a manager. His first game was a defeat to England in a friendly match just before the Euros 2 years ago. Really rough start, no wins his first 8 matches. One of those was a 7-0 loss against Germany. The way he's turned things around over the past 18 months or so is quite remarkable.
He's already a hero, isn't it? Leading them out here on the world stage. He waited years for this job. came along.
Many of those years when he was waiting were spent playing poker, professional poker player at the end of his playing days. 2 years ago, he entered the call to replace Savo Milosevic. You might remember him, who was the former Bosnian head coach. And that's another striker. Certainly Manus, preaching passion and togetherness.
Fans have got that in spades. We've seen around LA the last couple of days.
Checo, deep position. Begovic, and like Begovic, now Checo. What can he conjure here? Checo for the cross. Nearly came away there, the all-rushing Teherovic. As emptied by Šunić, up goes Koval. Now well played there by Koval. But for the first time there, a glimpse of Edin Dzeko trying to pull the strings of Bosnia.
It's better, isn't it, from Bosnia? It also gets the crowd going. Bosnia feed from that energy.
Rodriguez. That's the Bosnian fans you can hear now inside SoFi Stadium. Now it's Kamilian Patel. Swiss moving forward. Here's Rieta. Floyd about to now with Akanji, who will lead Cup double this season playing for Inter. Lone spell there, Italian football from Manchester City.
Bosnia just dropped into a back five to try and fend all the way across the line.
Savic. Rodriguez. Shannon.
Trying to close up those inside channels, aren't they? Bosnia that Swiss have got so much joy from at the start of this game.
Vidman. Mevic's pass back towards Vidman again. It's alert defensive play by the winger there, Mevic. Xhaka. Like he is at club level, the son of them nowadays, Granit Xhaka. Like a coach there on the bench.
So he's trying to find why. He's got better and better as he got older. He understands his position, affects others. It's just so important at this level.
Doi. Arbovic. Wonderful first season playing up there on the banks of the Weir. Also a European tour with the Black Cats next season.
Has just made that little tactical tweak just to try and stop those runs from midfield and beyond in those inside channels. Just trying to block it all out.
Looking at the Swiss team to 2 years ago when we saw them go so far in the European Championship. Few retirements of some high-profile players. Sommer in goal, Newcastle champion share in defence, and for so many years the main spark going forward, Jordan Shaqiri. Bono. Wins his team a corner off Nikola Katic.
That's the decision you've got at the moment. Switzerland's their efficiency in front of goal in the first game, and the majority of this half has been theirs, and haven't taken advantage of the fact.
Booed to the Bosnian fans. Dzeko defends that near post. Xhaka provides ball there with that left foot. That's okay, didn't get there though. Enjoy. It's Van Abisha. Stops there, came off and Doy, so behind he goes for a goal kick.
I feel like they probably have to increase the tempo in the final third. Switzerland, as soon as you get around goal, see that cause problems. Just a ball in. Two centre backs and the goalkeeper going for one ball.
The Bosnian fans are mainly behind that goal in the first half. They're defending, and they're most vocal contingent on the same level as us. If you think about where away fans sit up at Newcastle in that Malaysian stand, it's about twice as high as that. Palm trees just behind them over there, fostering the very light California wind. Venue here, which was funded by Stan Kroenke, the Arsenal owner. Two of the local NFL team here, the LA Rams. Bebic. Brilliant pictures there by Bebic, and Cable saw it coming.
It's not enough of that from Bosnia to really get themselves out, but when they do get there, the crowd just get behind them. It's about making the right decision, because those sort of moments are few and far between. Just lost a little bit of impetus. Nothing at the end of all the pressure, possession that they've had. And they start again with the tempo.
Doy. Xhaka. Abisha. Again. Xhaka. Referees the drop balls for restart play.
He's always looking for those passes straight up. Vertical passes into forwards or into that inside channel. Xhaka is to be as positive as possible.
Referees have Pinheiro, the Portuguese who took charge of the UEFA Super Cup last year when Spurs were beaten by Paris Saint-Germain. Referee for this year's Super Cup will be the Somalian official Omar Hassan. Denied entry to the USA for this World Cup in pretty controversial circumstances. National hero now back in Somalia. Doing. Organic. It's a goal kick.
They just trying to look as innocent as possible, even though it was a corner.
These fans not used to a stage such as this. It's a European Championship. We've had the agony of losing in playoffs for the last 4 Euros in a row. I'm sure many of you will have seen, if not heard, the viral World Cup song that came out a few weeks ago. It's hummed all around North America this summer. the pitch. They do so on the pitch. TheSouthStands is behind them, so by Alvedi. That's been given away. Begovic. Dimirovic and Begovic again. It's Chico. It's a very important block that came in by Foiver.
More positive from Bosnia. I can't help but think the combination of Begovic and Chico certainly may be the one that results in chances like that. He's not happy, wanted it quicker.
Snatch. Nemic. Just beyond Dimirovic.
A little bit better. Once that his players can connect passes, they've just been forced back that much and changed to a back five that they have to then come out of the shape if they do win the ball.
Coach Barbares is a former number 10, a former captain of Bosnia-Herzegovina. He's now playing in German football. He briefly served in the army back home, but moved to Germany at the age of just 20. Something with his uncle that escaped war in his homeland. It's a reality which has impacted upon so many Bosnians who lived through the early 1990s. Many in this squad who were born outside Bosnia, their parents having had to migrate to flee conflict. Checo, he was brought up in Warsaw, Sarajevo. He's become a national icon. Scored more than 400 goals over his career for club and country combined. Service in here to try and find a goal on the big stage again.
When they've got the ball, they're just pushing Nemic forward from left wing back. But Nemic are there trying to run into the space that he left. So they're just going to be careful when they recover Bosnia.
Game and a half now for the Swiss, who are the highest ranked team in Group B. We underwhelmed by them.
They're just not efficient enough, not clinical enough in front of goal. There's some nice play, nice wide play combinations, good passing from Xhaka, then they get in front of goal and it's just blunt.
Nice touch by Dimirovic. That's an ace. Xhaka peeled away there, hoping for a cutback, but the block came in.
You see the difference in tempo simply because Bosnia, a little touch, have got the space to run into. Somehow, those runs beyond, when they've got the space from Switzerland are high on the pitch and really covering those spaces. Snatch, stating his case.
All the impacts of Bosnian fans on their feet all around the stadium. Short there by Begovic. Fouled at the post area. I think let down there for Bosnia-Herzegovina, a rare set piece chance which they failed to take advantage of.
Well, they showed versus Canada that didn't need a lot of touch in the opposition box. They just needed a set piece to get themselves in front. They were too worried about that lack of territory high up the field, but Switzerland certainly will be.
Hey, Dawn.
Moving towards first half, stop and show. In World Cup, which so far been averaging over 3 goals per game. first half stoppage time. Ricardo Rodriguez.
Just lost that bit of creativity now, Switzerland, that they had earlier in the half. It's just a lack of belief and confidence when they don't score